A 5'5" guard, number 10, Emily Cox. And a 5'7" freshman, number 20, Paulette Robles. And the 5'7" freshman, number 22, Amber Fifield. And the Lady Chokers, head coach, Miss Christine Nelson and Robin Ferguson. And the starting lineup for the Blazers. A 5'6" guard, number 3, Karina G. 5'4" guard, number 5, Kendra Pruninger. 5'5" guard, number 14, Leah Davis. 5'9" post, 33, Courtney Keupu. A 6-foot center, number 42, Crystal Norowski. And the Lady Blazers, head coach Mr. Shane Schutz, Caleb Sales, and Joe Milton.
All right, you just heard the starting lineups. Jerry Owens, thank you for doing those lineups for us. So it should be a good game underway, just starting here in about a minute. And don't forget, tonight we have the men's game after the women's game. So Edmund, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All righty.
And we'll see you about halftime.
Okay. So the Lady Trailblazers are in white with blue letters and yellow trim, and the Lady Chokers will be in blue with white trim and white letters and white numbers. To jump is Crystal Narlowski for the Centralia Trailblazers, and she wins the tip, tips it to Leah Davis to start out the ball game. Leah Davis passes it to Preenger. Preenger gives it back to Leah Davis. Leah Davis drives to the lane, kicks it out to Keupu. Keupu drives to the left hand. Nice left-hand layup from the left side. Good job by Keupu to start out the game with quick 2 points for the Lady Trailblazers. Scores 2-0 with just 20 seconds into the ball game here. Grace Harbor down at the other end puts up a shot, and it's no good by number 20, Paulette Robles. Leah Davis to set up the offense for Centralia. A series of dribble handoffs by Keupu and Karina G. And Leah Davis gets the ball and dribbles through the lane and puts up a floater from about 5 feet out and uses nice use of the glass to bank it in there as she puts her team up 4-0. Grace Harbor on the offensive end now. In the post is number 20, Ropolis, and she kicks it back out to a teammate, number 3, who winds up losing the basketball. Possession goes over to Centralia. Preenger dribbles with her left hand through the lane, gives it to Karina G. Karina G looks for a shot but doesn't like what she sees. She gives it to an open teammate. Now they set up the offense, and Leah Davis gets a shot from the right wing, and it's up and in. Leah Davis is 2 for 2 to start out the ball game. Scores now 7-0. Lady Trailblazers lead over the Lady Chokers of Grace Harbor. There's just 18 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here in the first half. Early on in the ball game, scores 7-0, and as the ball is tipped out of bounds by Keupu, quick hands, possession will stay here with Grace Harbor. Number 3, Marley Chokovic sets up the offense for the Chokers, passes it to Robles. Robles finds herself double teamed, but kicks it out to number 10 in the corner. Nice shot and nice release by number 10, Emily Cox, out of Las Vegas, Nevada, 5'5" freshman. Good form there by her, and Centralia's back on their end, and it's Preenger putting up a shot from the left side, but with the right hand drawing the foul. Preenger, this will bring our first break in action as 17 minutes and 51 seconds to go, and the players will get to catch their breath here for a second as Preenger puts up the first free throw, and it's up and in. We have the first sub of the ball game, number 33, Bianca Russell, checking in for number 20, Paulette Robles. Bianca Russell, 5'9" sophomore out of Salem, Oregon. Preenger's first shot would put him up 8-0. Her 8-3. Second shot puts her up 9-3, so scores now 9-3. Lady Trailblazers lead with 17 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the first half. Chokovic sets up the offense back to number 10. And number 10 on this side of the opposite wing puts it up, rolls out this time, no good. Pruinger quickly the other way on the fast break, finds Karina G trailing, and then Karina G passes it to Kaipu to set up the offense. Leah Davis from the corner passes it to Kaipu. Kaipu back to G. G back to Davis. Now there's 10 seconds left on the shot clock, so Kaipu has the basketball and she has to find a shot. 3 seconds left, and they're going to have a shot clock violation here as the ball goes out of bounds. Narlowski was looking for Karina G and just passed it right over her head. There's 17 minutes and 11 seconds left to go here in the first half. The Trailblazers lead early, 9-3 over the Lady Chokers of Grace Harbor. Grace Harbor with the basketball now. Setting up the offense is number 3, Chokovic. Chokovic gives a nice pump fake to Leah Davis and then dribbles through the lane, passes it to 22 for the wide open shot. No good. Rebounded by Narlowski of Centralia. She finds her point guard, Pruinger, to set up the offense. Pruinger, wearing number 5 for the Trailblazers, gives it to Leah Davis. Leah Davis finds a nice cutter. Karina G, who puts up a shot, no good. Followed up by Narlowski, who picks it up on the left-hand side and puts up a shot, also no good. But it's what you want to see if you're Centralia, as Grace Harbor quickly down at the other end, putting up a layup and up and in. Fast action here in this college basketball game, this league play, as the Centralia Trailblazers play host to Grace Harbor. Number 3 is Marley Chokovic. She has the chance for the N1 play after she just drove and drew the foul. Shot's no good off the back of the rim. Karina G with the rebound, and quickly down at the other end, as both teams are wasting no time getting up and down the court here early. Pruinger gives it to Leah Davis. Leah Davis looks at the shot, doesn't like what she sees, gives it to Kaipu. Kaipu will take it and put it up, and it's up and in. 3-pointer by Kaipu is good. Scores now 12-5. Trailblazers with the lead. Chokers down at the other end on the offensive end, and Kaipu's quick hands tipped it away. Pruinger saves it before it goes out of bounds and passes it to Kaipu. Kaipu saves it before falling down, and Centralia's down at the other end on their offense. Pruinger for 3 from the corner, and it's no good. Good ball movement by Centralia, though. It's exactly what you want to see if your coach shoots. With 15 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the first half, Centralia sets up their offense. It's Pruinger to Davis. Davis into the corner. Karina G pump fakes, finds Narlowski in the post. Narlowski kicks it out to wide open Davis, and it's up and in. 3-pointer, 3 for 3 for Leah Davis from the 3-point line, and the basketball is coming right over here to our end. And it saved it. And excuse me for that, because we just had a bunch of commotion over here at our broadcast table, and Molly McIntyre is going to check in the ball game. Scores 15-5, and we're going to get a timeout. They're going to call timeout on the Chokers with 15 minutes and 17 seconds left to go here. Just great start by Leah Davis from the, should be seeing her shoot three three-pointers and make them all swish. And so down at the Chokers end, their coach has to be trying to talk about how they're going to put a stop to that in the open shots down at that end. So we have number 12, Molly McIntyre, checking in the game. She's out of Freeman, 5'10 freshman forward. She's going to be a post presence for the Lady Trailblazers this year. So we see Karina G setting up the offense for her team, passes it to Leah Davis. Leah Davis dribbles with the left hand through the lane, passes it to Pruinger. Pruinger puts up a 3-point shot, but they're going to call out the shot, and there's going to be a foul on the floor called on number 10 of the Chokers. Foul is going to be on Emily Cox. That will be her first foul of the ball game. So with just under 15 minutes left to go in the first half, Centralia leads 15-5 over the Lady Chokers. Pruinger with a nice pump fake, and she had the open layup but couldn't finish, and I guess picks up a frustration foul after the layup. Well, the foul is actually going to be called on McIntyre, as there she was fighting for the rebound down low. Grace Harbor with the basketball now. Emily Cox dribble handoff, passes it to Robles. Robles back to Cox. Cox dribbles to the lane and is going to draw the foul. Foul's going to be called on Pruinger. That's going to be Pruinger's first foul of the ball game. So now the Lady Trailblazers with 3 fouls in the first half. Chokers with only 2, with 14 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half. So nice floater by Emily Cox. She goes to the left side of the lane and puts it up right about the short corner, 5 feet out from the rim, up and in. Bringing her team a little bit closer as the score is now 15-7. Centralia leads over Grace Harbor. And another steal here by Grace Harbor, and they're quickly down the other end, but number 3 throws it away, and it goes all the way to Pruinger, who puts up an open layup and doesn't blow it this time, as she bumps her team up by 10 points, 17-7, with just under 14 minutes to go here in the first half. Another turnover by Grace Harbor Choker, so that's back-to-back turnovers. We're seeing 2 subs coming in the game now, as Lauren Fisher checks in and Alicia Swanson for Leah Davis and Keupu. Pruinger setting up the offense for her team. Passes it to Swanson. Swanson to G to Pruinger. Pruinger puts up a 3-point shot from the left wing. It's no good. Rolls off the front of the rim. And ball goes out of bounds. Possession, Grace Harbor. Now we're seeing the press for the first time in the ball game here by Centralia, as they put a little 2-man press on Grace Harbor. Grace Harbor just breaks it, and Robles puts up a 3-point shot from the left wing, and it's up and good. 7-point ball game here as Centralia leads 17-10 with 13 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the first half. Karina G with the open 3-point shot. She puts it up, and it's off the back of the rim. Tip saved to G. She saves it just before going over the half-court line. Good awareness by Karina G there. And now just running to the offense, they go high-low, and Molly McIntyre gets the ball at the high post, and she turns and she gets a wide-open shot. So she takes it no good off the front of the rim. Rebound Chokers. Number 20, Robles, having a good game for Grace Harbor. And Emily Cox, probably the 2 players to watch here early in the ball game. And shot goes up by Amanda. But either way, it's no good. I think Amber Fifield is the one on the shot. Shot's no good. And Centralia's down at the other end. High post, kicks it out to the corner. Yes. Coach, you could hear Coach Schutz screaming for high post because he wants some high-low action where one person goes high post, one person goes low post, and they look in and try and dip it down to the low post like they're doing a lot in the last game. But we see back-to-back steals here as some team needs to get a little bit of composure and control of the basketball with a little under 12 minutes left to go here. Centralia working on their offense and still not working there. The pass is there, but she's just unable to get it through. So after a turnover by Centralia, Chokers set up the offense, and it's an open three-pointer, a contested three-pointer in the corner, and it's no good. But Emily Cox is there for the rebound, puts it up and in. That's just solid hustle by Emily Cox, and really wanting it and keeping her team in this ball game here as the score is 17-12, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout by Centralia. I already know what Coach Schutz is talking about in the huddle there. It's that action that he wants to run on the offense where he can have a cutter come to the high post and then turn and look, and if the defenders come to them and they hit it down to their low post, but if the defenders go to the low post, then it should be open shot, or they collapse on her and kick it out to the three-point shooters. So after the timeout on the court for Centralia is Molly McIntyre, Pruinger, Julia Myers checking in the ball game, Alicia Swanson. Pruinger over the corner to Swanson. Swanson kicks it to the post. Lauren Fisher. Lauren Fisher also new player checking in the ball game here. Number 22 of Grace Harbor, Amber Fifield checks in the ball game for Emily Cox. Inbound play underneath the Trailblazers basket, and there will be a foul before the ball got inbounded, and it's going to be called on number 22 of the Chokers, Alicia Fifield. Julia Myers with the basketball up top, gives it to Pruinger. Pruinger will look to set up the Trailblazer offense, gives it to Julia Myers on the right wing, puts up the shot, no good. Three-point shot, no good from the right wing. Number 3, Marley Chokovich down on the other end for the Chokers. Marley Chokovich gives Julia Myers a nice pump fake, but Myers doesn't bite on the pump fake. Looks like it's close to another turnover here, but Chokovich saves it and then throws it away as Lauren Fisher does a good job of playing the passing lanes, and a nice outlet pass to Pruinger, who puts up the right-handed layup from the right-hand side and puts her team up by 7 points. It scores 19-7, and it'll look like they'll call a charge call down at the offensive end for the Chokers as Lauren Fisher was there in time to draw the foul. It'll be the third foul, or the second foul on number 3, Marley Chokovich. So with just about halfway through the first half here, the score is 19-7. Centralia with a 19-12. Centralia with a 7-point lead. Pruinger passes it over to the corner. Julia Myers. Julia Myers dribbles and drives to the rim. Finds Fisher for the open shot. Fisher puts it up, no good, but Molly McIntyre is there to clean it up and put it up and in for the chance at the end one. So Molly McIntyre, number 12, 5'10" freshman out of Freeman High School, will be standing at the line to chance for a three-point play. Leah Davis checks in the ball game for Pruinger. McIntyre's first free throw is up and in, so gives her team a 10-point lead. Chokovich passes it over to the corner. Stewart to Fifield. Fifield back to Stewart. Stewart gives a nice ball fake to Julia Myers and then kicks it down to her post. Post back out to the guard. A little bit of post-up action there by the Grace Harbor Chokers as number 3. Chokovich looks inside at number 33, Bianca Russell. Chokovich puts up a three-point shot from the left corner, and it's no good. Air ball. And scores now 22-12 with 9 minutes and 34 seconds left to go in the first half. Inbounding it is the Chokers underneath their own basket into Chokovich. Chokovich passes it into the corner. 23 with a dribble and tries to pass it through McIntyre, but McIntyre gets the steal. But back another steal by Grace Harbor, and here they are down at the other end. 22 with the nice ball fake. Amber Fifield passes it to number 3 at the short corner, but it's no good. Molly McIntyre with the rebound. McIntyre over to Swanson. Swanson to Davis. Davis doesn't look to score this time, but she had an open look at the hoop. Lauren Fisher with a lazy pass, and lucky that it didn't get stolen there. But a three-point shot by Julia Myers in the corner is short up, and as it hits off the front of the rim. And in transition, number 33, Bianca Russell, with a nice pass from about half court all the way to her player underneath the basket, finding her just wide open as she puts it up and in and draws the foul as the player tries to recover, but probably makes a mistake there. And that type of play, you want to let it go if you got the player already in front of you putting it up and in for the 2 points. It's going to be the first foul on number 22, Julia Myers. And now checking in the ball game for the first time for the Trailblazers is Megan Finger. She's a 6-foot freshman out of Elma. She'll be checking in the game for Molly McIntyre. Good job by McIntyre to give the coach Shoot some positive minutes, putting up a few points and getting inside and picking up some boards. So now Centralia at their offensive end sets it up. Leah Davis with a three-point shot from the right wing is no good. First three-pointer by Leah Davis. First missed three-pointer by Davis today. And ball goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with Centralia as they take it out underneath their own basket. Leah Davis passes it to Narlowski. Narlowski to the 23, Megan Finger, who just checked in the ball game, as she airballs it, but coach is asking for a tip, and there's going to be no tip call, but they're going to play on, and possession will be with Grace Harbor, possession of the basketball. Number 3, Chokovich sets up the offense, passes it to number 1, who just Molly Mainman, or Molly Mainman, excuse me. Chokovich with the left-handed dribble, and you see Centralia set up in the 2-3 zone. Solid defenses by them, but the problem with being in the zone is the defensive rebounding. Because when you're playing zone, you're playing a position and you're not playing a man, so you don't have that man where you typically block them out normally. So, and when you're playing a zone, you have to know to find a person, pick them out, and block them out, or else there's going to be room for offensive rebounds. Number 40 at the line for Grace Harbor Chokers. And her first shot was up and in. Scores now 22-15 with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Second free throws an air ball for the Grace Harbor Chokers, but excuse me, when it's air ball, they're not supposed to, it's supposed to be a dead ball. So that's why it was airballed, so it was supposed to be a dead ball, and that's what Coach Schutz is asking for down at the other end, because the players, Grace Harbor player saved it and knocked it, or tapped it to her teammate, but it should, if it doesn't hit the rim, it's a dead ball. But either way, they called a foul down at this end here, and there'll be Narlowski down at her end shooting 1-and-1, as that's the 7th foul on the Grace Harbor Chokers. Narlowski's first shot's up and in, so she'll have a second shot here. Lady Trailblazers lead by 8 at the moment, scores 23-15. Emily Cox will be checking back in the ball game as well. Emily Cox will be checking the ball game for the Chokers, and Karina G will be checking in the ball game for the Lady Trailblazers, as Julia Myers will take a seat. Narlowski's second shot is up and in. And here come the Chokers. Chokovich to Cox. Cox back to Chokovich at the top of the key. Cox being guarded by Karina G. Finds an open teammate at the high post who kicks it to her cutter, number 3, Chokovich, who draws the foul. This one's going to be called on number 14 of Centralia. Actually, number 23 of Centralia, so that will be the first foul on Megan Finger. Both teams are now in the penalties, so any foul will be 1-and-1 from here on out until they get to the 10 foul point, and then it'll be 2-shot penalty. First shot by Chokovic is no good. Second shot is also no good, but Chokovic gets her own rebound and puts up a shot. And they're going to call a foul down at this end, but all three players were standing straight up. And maybe the ref just got a different angle, and the foul is going to be called on Sorensen, number 10 of Centralia. That's going to be her first foul. And Chokovic misses another free throw, so that's 3 in a row. 3 free throws in a row missed by her. Another free throw missed by her, so it goes 0-4 in her last 2 trips to the line. Score stays 24-15. Centralia with the lead over the Grace Harbor Chokers with 7 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here in the first half. Swanson hits a 3-point shot from the left wing and puts her team up by 12 points now as the score is 27-15. Just under 7 minutes left to go here in the first half. A little bit of trouble by the Chokers as Russell finds herself guarded by 2 players. Passes out of the double team to Cox, who finds Chokovic, or passes to Cox, who draws the foul on Crystal Narlowski. That'll be the second foul on Narlowski. See 2 players getting set to check in for the Lady Trailblazers. And at the line for the Lady Chokers is Cox. First free throws up and in. Narlowski and 23 Megan Finger will take a little rest here as McIntyre and Keupu check in the ball game. Cox's second shot's up and in, so that's 2 for 2 on that trip on the line. Scores now, or it's a 10-point ball game as Centralia holds on to the lead 27-17. Centralia on the offensive end. McIntyre dribbles through the lane, turns and puts up a shot off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound by number 22, Amber Fifield. Chokovic sets up the offense for the Chokers. Picks up her dribble and passes it to Emily Cox. Emily Cox being guarded by Karina G. Dribbles through the lane, finds main man. Main man dribbles, ball fakes and puts it up and off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound goes to Keupu. Keupu to her point guard, Leah Davis. Leah Davis takes directions from her coach to attack the basket, and that's exactly what she does as she dribbles with the right hand and puts it up and in over Emily Cox. Great first half by Leah Davis with at least 11 points, or 13 points. So scores now 29-17 as the Chokers put up an air ball down at their end. Tight D by Swanson as she smothers number 3, Chokovic. Chokovic passes it and hits the ref here, but ref is part of the court, so it's still inbounds, and possession stayed with Chokers as the Chokers picked up an offensive foul. They're going to call it on number 22. It's going to be her second foul. Foul is called away from the ball, so the Grace Harbor player with the ball had no clue what was going on there. And possession will go to Centralia as they lead by 12 points, 29-17, with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Sorensen with the basketball, gives it to Karina G in the left corner. She puts a 3 up and in. Good shot by Karina G as she puts her team up 32-17 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Chokers really wasting no time on offense as they're quick to inbound it and quickly down at the other end. Shots up by Russell, no good. Rebound Keupu. Keupu may have got away with the carry here right in front of us, but possessions will stay with Centralia. And ref missed the call there, but Swanson gets a 3-point shot and it's no good. Rebound McIntyre. And Karina G will set up as point guard for her team in this play. And wide open as Keupu. Keupu is just unable to handle the pass, and defense was able to recover and stop Keupu there that time. With 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go, Chokers are down at their end and putting up a shot. Rolls off the front of the rim, no good. And rebound Keupu. Keupu to Davis. Davis to McIntyre. McIntyre is told to drive through the lane. Pass it out to Karina G. Karina G, nice spin move as she finds McIntyre for three in the corner and hits it. So really warming up now are the Lady Trailblazers as they more than doubled the Chokers. Scores 35-17 with a little under 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. And you see Grace Harbor struggling with the 2-3 zone of the Centralia Trailblazers as they're having a hard time getting passes through, and that time it's exactly what happened as McIntyre knocked it out of bounds. Chokers will maintain possession, and they inbound it to number 20, Paulette Robes, and she puts it up and in. Scores 35-19. Trailblazers lead over the Chokers. Emily Finger back in the ball game now. Passes it to Karina G at the post. She finds Keupu. Keupu out to Davis. Davis puts up a floater. This one's no good. Davis gets her own rebound and sets up the offense for her team with the new shot clock. She finds number 23, McDonald, in the corner. McDonald dribbles with the right hand, puts up a shot. It's no good. McDonald gets her own rebound. So back-to-back offensive rebounds for the Centralia Trailblazers. And another possession with 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. Trailblazers lead by 16 points. A nice fake by Keupu. But she's unable to finish on the left-hand side. We're going to see a foul in transition here by the Lady Trailblazers. We'll get you that foul in a second, but Pruinger will check in the ball game for Leah Davis, give her a break at the 3 minute mark. Foul's going to go on number. No, they didn't even get the foul on the board. Oh, yeah. But Chokers set up the offense and draw a foul. It's going to be called on white number 21, Miranda McDonald, 5'8", freshman out of Elma. So 2 freshmen out of Elma. 2 free throws now for number 33, Bianca Russell. First shot's up and in. 15-point ball game here as the Trailblazers lead the Chokers 35-20. Second shot's no good, off the backboard and rolls off the rim. Dribble handoff to McDonald. McDonald over to Pruinger. Pruinger sets up the offense. And again, they're running high-low action where they have a player cutting the lane, cutting the baseline, and it's McDonald who puts up a shot for 3 from the right-hand corner. No good. Scores 20-35. Trailblazers lead with 2 minutes and 24 seconds left to go here in the first half. That'll be the 10th foul on the Trailblazers, so the Chokers are now in the double bonus. So number 22, Amber Fifield, will be shooting 2 free throws here, and that'll be the second foul on number 12, Molly McIntyre of Centralia. First shot's good by Amber Fifield. Megan Finger checking in the ball game for Molly McIntyre. And the second free throw is up and in for number 22, Amber Fifield. 13-point ball game here with 2 minutes left to go in the first, or a little bit over 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. Pruinger over to G to Keupu to McDonald to G. And back to Pruinger. Pruinger pump fakes and kicks it over to the left wing. G for 3 and puts it up and in. So that's 2 for 2 on the three-pointers for G tonight. Great three-point display by Centralia Trailblazers. And there's scores now 38-22 with 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. There's going to be a delay of game called on Centralia as they touch the ball as it went out of the net. Ref is going to say they kicked the ball with their heel. And now number 22 puts up a shot for Grace Harbor. No good. Karina G hustles for the rebound. Passes it to Pruinger. Pruinger sets it the offense, gives it back to G. G puts up another three, and this one rolls off the rim. Rebound McDonald. Good job by McDonald to fight for the board down there. McDonald gives it to her high post, Keupu. Keupu puts it up and in from the free throw line, extended there. Puts her team up by 18 points with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go here in the first half. Lauren Fisher setting to check in the game for Centralia. Lauren Fisher, a local product out of WF West High School, right here right by in Chehalis. Emily Cox's first shot rolls in, so a good touch by Emily Cox. As you see, she got the shooter's roll there. Emily Cox keeping her team in this ball game here. And we have two new players for Centralia as Lauren Fisher and Leah Davis check in. Second free throw is good by Cox. So with 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go here in the first half, Centralia leads by 16 points, 40-24, and they have possession of the basketball. Skip pass over to Karina G. She puts a three, and it's no good off the front of the rim. Rebound goes to number 33, Russell, and Chokovic and Russell, both teammates, both on the Chokers team, kind of fighting for the ball there, and they're going to call a foul on one of the Centralia players as they were in the tussle there too. Foul is going to be called on number 21, Miranda McDonald. Her second foul of the ball game. Chokovic's free throw is no good, so I believe that's 0 of 5 from the free throw line this evening. Miranda McDonald will take a break as Julia Myers checks in. Karina G with a rebound. Karina G been racking up the boards. Karina G skip pass over to Leah Davis. Leah Davis in the post to Fisher. Fisher over to G. G skips it to Julia Myers in the corner, from the left corner, puts it up and in. Scores now 43-24 with 40 seconds left to go here in the first half. Great three-point performance by the Lady Trailblazers here in the first half against the Chokers. Emily Cox now trying to handle the basketball for Grace Harbor. Passes it into her post. Post gets the shot blocked, but ball goes back down to her. She was on the ground. She corrals possession of the basketball to save it for her team there with 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Grace Harbor will have to look to score here quick. 22 seconds on the game clock, and Centralia leads by 19. Emily Cox drives through the lane and picks up another foul. This one's going to be called on Leah Davis. With 20 seconds on the game clock, Leah Davis picks up her first foul. 20 seconds left in the first half. And first foul called on Leah Davis. Emily Cox's first free throw is up and in. Score is now 43-25. Trailblazers lead. Second shot's good by Cox, and this will most likely be the last possession of the first half here as there's 15 seconds left on the game clock. Karina G passes it over to Leah Davis, and it goes out of bounds. And that's not what you want to see if you're Coach Stutz. You just want to see them run their offense and get off a good shot there at the end of the half, but they end it with a turnover, and looks like last possession will probably go to Grace Harbor Chokers as long as they get off a shot here. Cox puts up a shot from the left short corner, and it's no good. And goes out of bounds off of Karina G's. It'll stay down here at this end. Possession will stay with the Chokers. 2.4 seconds left on the game clock, and they inbound it, which gets knocked away again by a Centralia defender. Now only 1.5 seconds left to go. And looks like they're going to play call's going to be for Emily Cox in the corner, and that's exactly what it is. She gets it, puts up the shot, and it's no good off the front of the rim. And that's your first half score, 43-26. All right. So we'll get a couple stats here in a minute and let you guys know the high scores here, as it will be a 15-minute halftime. Well, I guess actually we'll just send it back to the station. Scores now 43 to 26 at halftime, and Trailblazers with the lead. All right. You gotta say something, man. What draws a foul? Come on down. Somebody fouls him.
And win something to
You can't really foul somebody.
all evening. Help the ladies out that wants to defray some of their expenses, some supplies that they need throughout the course of the year. So the ladies and their team out.
It might have been the wrong call.
Shooting the ball.
But she's having a bad game. All right, so to start at the second half, they'll switch sides here, and the Trailblazers will start possession. We'll start the game or the second half with the ball. Pruinger passes it to Davis in the corner, gives it to Kepu at the high post. Pruinger back to Davis in the corner and looks for a high post, but is picked off by number 33, Bianca Russell. And the Chokers are down at the other end. Emily Cox with the basketball, passes it to Russell. Russell's to the right lane and puts it up and in on the right-hand side, bringing their team a little bit closer as the score is now 43 to 28 with 30 seconds. Yeah, exactly what they needed. Good way to start for the Grace Harbor Chokers. And Pruinger passes it to Leah Davis in the corner. So Leah Davis is going to set up here in the corner in for this offense for Centralia, as we've seen back-to-back plays. If you're just tuning in, there's 19 minutes and 13 seconds left to go here in the second half, and the Trailblazers lead 43 to 28 over the Lady Chokers of Grace Harbor. Davis in the corner, this time from the left corner, puts it up and in and for three, and scores now 46 to 28. That's the third three-pointer by Leah Davis of the ball game. With 18 minutes and 55 seconds left to go here in the ball game, number 20, Robles, puts it up, and it's no good as it bounces off the back of the rim. Rebound goes to Karina G. Karina G, number 3 for Centralia. Outlet pass to Pruinger. Pruinger gets it back and passes it to Karina G on the left wing, and this one's no good out the front of the rim. Chokovic with the basketball now for Grace Harbor, passes it to Russell. Russell to Cox. Cox looks back into Russell, but goes over her head, and number 3, main man, puts up a shot. Air ball off the backboard. Outlet pass to Kepu. Kepu, nice step-through move, but this one's off the front of the rim, and she puts up a shot, and Chokers get away with the foul there as Kepu's hammered to the ground, and no call, but Centralia will keep possession of the basketball. Good movement by Centralia as they're kicking into their high post. Kepu puts up a shot, but this one goes air ball on the right side of the rim. Scores 46 to 28. Centralia with the lead with 7 minutes and 54 seconds left to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, the Chokers definitely getting away with one there. Missed the foul and then they missed the shot. So hopefully this will keep the Chokers in the game and make it a good one.
Yeah, definitely what you want to see if you're the Chokers coach. Two stops by their defense down here at this end. And down at the other end, they quickly score as Amber Fifield, guard out of Oregon City, puts it up and in. And 16-point ball game here as the Trailblazers lead over the Chokers. Christy Pruinger passes it to Karina G. Karina G puts up another three-point shot from the left wing. It rolls in and out. Rebound goes to Chokovic, who, as you mentioned earlier, is all over the court. Seems to be everywhere where the ball is. And Chokovic brings it down, finds Cox down at her end at the right post, low post, and it's no good. Shot's no good. And Centralia quickly trying to outlet it. Winds up with a turnover, and Chokers are down at the other end quickly. And it's Pruinger who gets inside the defense again this time. And Karina G was just left in no man's land as she's stuck behind her trying to block her shot. And it's number 22, Amber Fifield, puts it up and in. 14-point ball game here early in the second half. Narlowski puts up a shot, and this one's no good. Rebound, Keupu. Keupu just needs to gather herself and put it up and in, and that's exactly what she does as she puts the team up by 16 points, 48-32, with 16 minutes left to go here in the ball game. And that's 3 straight baskets by Amber Fifield down low from the right block. So Coach Schutz might need to put in a couple subs to stop the bleeding here a little bit.
Yeah, the Chokers definitely coming back to that fire.
Tough fight for the ball as Fifield and Narlowski both hit the ground. Fifield's having a hard time getting up from the hit, and she stumbles off the court here. Number 22, Amber Fifield, who we've seen have a great start, brings stop to the action here as she'll need a little bit of medical attention here from the assistant coach.
Hopefully she's able to recover pretty quickly because she's having a pretty good game here in the second half.
Yeah, it started out really, really well for the Chokers, and what's getting them some momentum and rhythm going. And now somebody else is going to have to step up and pick up off of that rhythm that she started. With 16 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the ball game, Centralia holding on right now to a 14-point lead, 48-34. We just seen Amber Fifield, Grace Harbor, take a hard fall to the floor, and she's checking out of the ball game. And now the Chokers down at their end start out with a turnover. And Centralia down at the other end sets up the offense. Pruinger to Karina G. Karina G pass fakes it back to Pruinger. Pruinger being guarded by Chokovic. Puts up the shot from the right wing. Another air ball by Centralia. Rebound goes to Swanson, though. Swanson puts up a shot and hits the bottom of the backboard. And Centralia is fighting for the board, and it goes as McIntyre tries saving it, saves it to the Choker player who's down at the other end, puts up a shot, no good. And Centralia is quickly down in transition. Pruinger sets up the offense for the Lady Trailblazers. Passes it to Swanson. Swanson to Fisher at the high post, down the low post. McIntyre puts it up, no good, and then picks up the frustration foul. She goes over the back on number 20, Paulette Robles. And that will be the third foul, I believe, on Molly McIntyre. Yep, that's her third. So seeing a little bit of foul trouble here early in the second half. Molly McIntyre, one of the few post players on the Centralia team here for the Lady Trailblazers. Grace Harbor Chokers setting up the offense. Molly Cox passes it into Bianca Russell, who puts up the shot from the right side of the free throw line, extended up and in. 12-point ball game here as the Trailblazers lead 48-36. Karina G, hard pass into her post. Molly McIntyre wasn't able to control it, and they're going to call kick ball on the Grace Harbor Chokers, which I'm not quite sure if that was the correct call, as it was just thrown off of her foot, and she didn't intend to kick it, but the possession will stay with the Centralia Trailblazers. Inbounded to Fisher. Fisher passes it to her point guard, Pruinger. Pruinger will set up the offense for her team, being guarded by Chokovic. Chokovic giving Pruinger some room to work here, so Pruinger finds McIntyre. McIntyre dribbles through the lane, gives it to Swanson. Swanson out to Karina G. Karina G puts up a three-point shot. It's no good. Rolls in and out, and Karina G's quickly into the defensive, gets back on defense real quick to stop the ball. With 14 minutes left to go here in the first half, Centralia with a 12-point lead. Emily Cox driving through the lane, just really with the only intent is to get fouled there by Emily Cox. She's dribbling with her head down, and that's exactly what she got. She picked up the foul call on the Centralia player, and it will be called on Molly McIntyre. That will be her fourth foul, so one foul from fouling out. She'll take a break here with just under 14 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Molly McIntyre, one foul away from fouling out, will sit out for a little while here unless this game gets a little bit closer. And Emily Cox puts up a shot, and no good. Rebound, Centralia. Julia Myers that time with the board. Myers in the corner to Pruinger on the left wing. Skip pass over to Swanson. Swanson high post. Fisher back to Pruinger at the right wing. Up and in for three. 15-point ball game now as the Trailblazers lead 51-36 with 13 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Chokovic passes it to Russell. Russell to Cox. Cox dribbles through the lane, steps through and puts up a shot, and she gets called for the foul. There's going to be a foul called on Centralia. Coach wants the foul to be called on the ground, and that's what the refs will call it. It's going to be on number 5, Kendra Pruinger. Leah Davis set to check in the ball game now for Pruinger. It's 13 minutes and 14 seconds left to go here in the in the ball game. And good job by Swanson to play the passing lane to deny it. And she picks up the steal and quickly in transition the other end. Leah Davis to Julia Myers in the corner. Skip pass over to Swanson, down to Keipu in the high post. Lauren Fisher goes in for the rebound and gets called for over the back as she's climbing over number 5, Courtney Hagan.
Pretty big swing of momentum here in the second half. The Chokers are they're putting themselves in a good position now.
Yeah, seemingly finding some offense down at this end. And Emily Cox picks up a three-point shot from the right wing, no good. Rebound by Leah Davis of Centralia. She finds Julia Myers in the right corner for three, and it's up and in. Scores now 54-36. Centralia Trailblazers with the lead over the Lady Chokers. Emily Cox with the basketball now for Grace Harbor. Left open at the top of the key, puts it up and in. It's a 15-point ball game and timeout. Chokers. It's going to be a full timeout now for the coach, Christine Nelson of Grace Harbor, who's clearly upset with the three-pointers that Centralia is able to get off. Coach Nelson just can't be happy with the open three-point shots when down at this end.
That's definitely true, but it looks like the Chokers are coming out with a lot of fire this half, and if they keep this up and they keep playing some considerably more stout D, they'll definitely be able to get back into this thing.
It'll be interesting to see if Amber Fifield will be back in the ball game at all for Grace Harbor. We've seen just a few minutes ago she took a hard fall and had to get help off of the court. That was just after she came in the ball game and started out the second half for the Chokers with 3 quick baskets.
That's definitely a big factor. She was a key player in their ability to just get back into the game like they have.
So now on the court for the Lady Trailblazers is Keiupu, Julia Myers, Swanson, Lauren Fisher, and Leah Davis. Trailblazers will be inbound to get, and now we see something new here by Grace Harbor as they will put on the full court press. Well, they will not put any pressure on the inbounder, but try and set up for the trap here. Ball is inbounded to Leah Davis. Back to Lauren Fisher, and there's the trap right there, but Leah Davis breaks out of it, passes to Swanson. Swanson dribbles out of it, finds Keiupu. Keiupu wisely sets up the offense, and Julia Myers dribbles through the lane, passes it to Swanson on the left corner. This one's no good. Keiupu fights for the rebound and saves it. Passes it to Fisher, and Davis will set up the offense for Coach Schutz. Davis to Swanson, Swanson to Julia Myers in the corner, and Leah Davis is there for the board on the backside. So Centralia Trailblazers setting up the offense here, and Swanson will shoot a shot from the left wing, in and out, and rebound will again go to the Trailblazers as the Chokers are set up in a 2-3 zone, which is difficult to rebound out of, as I mentioned earlier, and we've seen 3 back-to-back offensive rebounds by Centralia here with 11 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Centralia with a 15-point lead. Grace Harbor has to start looking to get stops every possession here, and they cannot allow multiple rebounds and multiple shot attempts at it and then letting them score as they just did. 17-point ball game now with just over 11 minutes left to go here. Centralia leads 56-39. Emily Cox dribbles with the right hand along the right side of the lane and it puts it up no good. Leah Davis quickly in transition, passes it to Keipu. Keipu, nice pass to Fisher. Fisher puts it off the, puts it up along the right side of the hoop, but no good. Rebound will go to Grace Harbor, and they'll be called for a travel as number 3, Chokovic, picked up her pivot foot. So possession will go to Centralia Lady Trailblazers. On the courts, Fisher, Davis, Swanson, Keipu, and Myers. Davis sets it up for her team, passes it to Swanson. Swanson back to Davis, Davis to Myers, Myers back to Davis. Davis looks in at her high post, Keipu. Keipu goes low post action, Lauren Fisher. Lauren Fisher turns and looks and gets the ball knocked out of her hands. But they'll say that she lost it, but that was clearly knocked out of her hands by the Grace Harbor player. And 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Centralia holding on to a 17-point lead. Emily Cox with the low dribble on Davis, and Davis blocks it. And Davis goes for another block shot, but this time, because after the first block shot, Cox is able to recover, get the ball and try and drive it, but Davis is behind her, picked up the foul. That's going to be the second foul on Davis. Probably a smart foul if you're Leah Davis to not give up the easy 2 points there and make her earn it at the free throw line.
I have to agree with you there, and it seems like the two teams are battling pretty hard here and getting pretty physical, and a lot of fouls called this game, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely. The refs are letting them play here a little bit. The first free throw by Emily Cox was no good, but the second one is up and in, so 16-point ball game. Full court pressure again by the Chokers, and they're going to set up the trap here on Leah Davis, who passes out of it to Julia Myers. Julia Myers, nice pass fake to shed the defenders, and then sets up the perfect play, the inside play for Lauren Fisher, who puts it up and in on the left side of the hoop, but with the right hand off of the backboard. Easy bucket from about 3 feet out, and Trailblazers up by 18. Chokers down at the other end, put up a 3-point shot, no good. Good hustle by Lauren Fisher, though, to dive and save the ball. And then again by Emily Cox to try and fight for it, and Lauren Fisher's on the ground, saved possession for her team. And they're going to call jump ball on that. Possession will go to the Grace Harbor Chokers. But good hustle by both teams. You see both teams still wanting it right now.
Well, neither of these two teams are giving up. They know that they're both in it, and they both still have the opportunity to, well, Centralia has the opportunity to run away with it, and the Chokers have the opportunity to come back and take it. Yeah,
Centralia, they're not giving up anything. Nothing easy. Even though they have the 18-point lead, they're still not willing to give up anything. And, and the Chokers still have the fight in them right now. So there's 18-point ball game, 9 minutes and 45 seconds left to go.
Sit down, get a stop.
The Chokers with the basketball. Chokers really looking to score here as a nice pump fake by Cox. Puts up the shot, no good. Rebound by Russell, who will draw the foul on Keipu down low. Actually, it's going to be called on Julia Myers, her second foul of the ball game. And 33, Bianca Russell will be at the line shooting free throws for the Lady Chokers.
If the scoreboard's accurate, there's only been fouls called on Centralia this half.
Yep, that's right. 7 fouls on Centralia, no fouls on Grace Harbor. And the first free throw is up and in. Second free throw is up and in also, so 2 for 2 at the line that time for Russell. 16-point ball game. Julia Myers brings up the ball for Centralia, passes it back to Davis. Davis to Swanson. Swanson inside to Keipu. Keipu kicks it to the corner. Julia Myers, who finds the wide open Swanson on the left wing, who puts it up and in for 3. Scores now 61-42 with 9 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the ball game. 19-point game. Nice block there by Lauren, or team block actually by Lauren Fisher and Leah Davis. But Leah Davis steps out of bounds as she grabs the basketball and heads the other way. Just unaware of where she was there on the court there since she picked up the loose ball. Chokers inbound to underneath their basket. Cox pump fakes Leah Davis, dribbles with the left hand, kicks it out to the corner. Nice pump fake by Russell, but she throws it over Meneman's head, and that'll be turnover by the Grace Harbor Chokers. Centralia inbounds it. Swanson now with the basketball, kicks it out to Davis. 8 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the ball game. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. And Keupu kicks out to Davis. Davis wide open three, puts it up, and it's no good off the back of the rim. Swanson's in there for the rebound though, no good. Keupu gets a shot at it, no good. Now Fisher puts a shot, this one rolls in and out. Multiple attempts there by Centralia, but can't seem to get the ball in the basket there on that trip down the court.
This time around, it seems like the game's considerably more even, though. A lot more ferocity on both sides of the ball, and both teams are not giving up and fighting.
Yeah, definitely. The second half is a lot closer of a ball game here. A lot more intense, too. Number 20, who just checked in the ball game, Robos, passes it to Main Man. Main Man kicks it to the corner, number 3, Chokovic, but good job by Centralia playing the passing lanes and denying it, knocking it out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Chokers. Robles driving through the lane, finds Main Man on the left corner, puts up a shot, no good as it bounces off the back of the rim. And the foul will be called on Grace Harbor. That'll be their first foul of the half here with a good 12 minutes into the half. And it will be called on number 3 of Grace Harbor, Marley Chokovic. That'll be her third foul of the ball game. Score 61-42 with 8 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Centralia with the lead. Good crossover there by Pruinger, and then she kicks it to Swanson in the left corner, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Keupu, puts up a shot, left-handed layup, and draws the foul there. Foul's going to be called on number 3, Chokovic. That'll be her 4th foul. 1 foul away from being disqualified from this ball game here is number 3, Marley Chokovic of Grace Harbor. First shot by Keupu is no good. Clear signs of frustration on her face after that missed free throw. Just under 8 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Centralia with a 19-point lead, now 20-point lead as Keupu is able to extend it just a little bit more as the score is 62-42. Chokovic thinks she was fouled as she was trying to pass that ball, but she just threw it out of bounds. No foul call, and as the ball goes out of bounds, it'll go to concession Centralia. Coach is clearly upset with that call, or that lack of a call, shall I say.
You'd have to think she'd be happy with a lot of the other calls that have gone their way, though.
Yeah. So now Centralia will be called for the travel as Alicia Swanson puts up a pump fake and forgets to put the ball down before she takes the step. That's going to be called. That's going to be called every time she does that there. And turnover by Centralia. And number 33, Russell will pass it in to Chokovic. Chokovic sets it up for Grace Harbor. 20-point ball game now with 7 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Turnover by Grace Harbor as the ball goes in between the pass goes in between Chokovic's leg. And possession goes to the Blazers. On the court for Centralia's Lauren Fisher, Pruinger, Karina G, Norlowski, and Julia Myers. Karina G dribble handoff to Fisher. Fisher, nice 3-point shot. Good form by her there, putting the team up by 23 now as the score is 65-42. Lady Trailblazers with the lead. Robles puts up a shot, no good. Rebound G. G dribbles up, finds wide open Pruinger and puts it up and in. No look pass by Karina G. Perfect execution by the Lady Trailblazers in transition there. And that's going to cause for the timeout by the Chokers coach, Christine Nelson. So that's going to be a full timeout by her as she's seeing the game slowly slip away from her. Just, a little over 7 minutes left to go here in the ball game, and Centralia starting to pull away here. Score is 67-42. Seeing some great passing by the Lady Trailblazers, and just their offensive execution is going perfect right now.
Yeah, it seems like the Chokers can't really keep up with the pace that the Centralia team wants to set. They play very fast-paced, very physical, and the Chokers just aren't able to match them.
Maybe we're seeing like a sign of fatigue setting in from the Chokers, and that's just, giving some credit to the Centralia players and the work that they put in at practice, in conditioning. And that's where it pays off now in the late minutes of the game, to where, that's where it all counts, is where you got to be in shape. So now we're seeing the Chokers get a little rest here, where they might try and make one last push in this ball game to, stay in it and try and win here. If you're the Centralia Trailblazers, you just want to, work on your execution and make sure that things are going to go well and into the next game.
They're going to need a big swing of momentum if they want to come out on top in this, because back-to-back scores into that timeout. That's pretty big.
So Centralia in the 2-3 zone. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Lady Chokers. Chokovic passes it to Russell. Russell passes it to Cox. Cox being guarded by McDonald. Dribble handoff to number 5, Higgins. Higgins to Russell. Russell puts up a shot from the top of the key. No good. Rebound Pruinger, smallest player on the court there, getting the rebound. Showing that she really wants it there. Great job by Kendra Pruinger. Passes it, who winds up with the assist down at the offensive end to Karina G with the three-pointer. Now scores 70-42. And with 6 minutes left to go here in the ball game, Centralia's got a pretty solid lead on the Lady Chokers here. And there's going to be a foul called down at this end on number 42, Crystal Narlowski. That'll be her 4th foul of the ball game. Looks like number 31 is about to check in the ball game. Most likely for Narlowski, it's going to be Mackenzie DeVore. We're probably seeing her first action of the ball game. She is a freshman out of Yelm. And it's going to be Pruinger who's going to actually take the break here. So it's going to be Mackenzie DeVore, 5'5" freshman out of Yelm, checking in for Pruinger as Centralia is trying to hold on to the 27-point lead with just under 6 minutes left to go here. They could, pretty much got this thing in hand here, as long as they don't make any big-time mistakes. Karina G sets up a screen for her teammate as the number 23 drives to the lane. Shot's no good. Rebound Narlowski, though. Narlowski gets the shot and puts it up, no good. And shot rolls off, but they're going to call a foul on the shot. So it's going to be called a number 40. That'll be her 2nd foul of the ball game. Crystal Narlowski will be at the line shooting 2. Narlowski with the awkward free throw shot. You don't see that often, shooting without a guide hand, just one-handed. But she's able to make the first shot. Second shot's up and in, so both 2 for 2 with that, unorthodox one-handed free throw. And Centralia with the lead, 72-44 over the Lady Chokers. Good steal by McDonald down at the other end. He puts it up with the right hand to put herself in the stat book with her first 2 points of the game. Miranda McDonald, out of a 5'5" freshman out of Elma. And Emily Cox with the basketball now for the Chokers. Passes it into Chokovic. Chokovic gets away with the travel, but they called it. Blew the whistle a little bit late there. And at the 30 point. We got a 30-point ball game right now, 74-44 with 5 minutes and 16 seconds left to go. Trailblazers with possession of the ball. Mackenzie DeVore to set up the offense for the Lady Trailblazers. Passes into her high post, Narlowski. Narlowski turns and loses possession of the ball, but they're going to call a foul on the ground. That's what caused her to lose the ball. It'll be the fourth foul of this half on Grace Harbor Chokers, and it's going to be on the ground. So, yeah, they take it out underneath their hoop. It seems like everybody's confused here, but they need to know that it's on the ground, so take it out under the hoop.
It does seem like the fatigue's sitting in there, a lot more mistakes in those last couple of minutes of the Grace Harbor team.
Narlowski receives the inbound pass from DeVore. DeVore's in there fighting for the board and taps it to her teammate, McDonald. McDonald gives it to G, and G back to DeVore. McDonald might have got away with a travel here, but refs letting him play on here with the 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the ball game. Centralia Lady Trailblazers with a 30-point lead, 74-44. Karina G's shots no good, but DeVore in there again fighting for the rebound and gets another position for her team as Miranda McDonald drives along the right baseline, or along the left side of the baseline, and puts up a shot, draws the foul. This one will be a shooting foul. It'll be number 4 on 40, and that'll be the 5th foul of the half on the Chokers. Miranda McDonald's at the line shooting 2 for the Centralia Lady Trailblazers. First shot's up and in, putting your team up 75-74 with 4 minutes, 37 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Second shot's good, but they're going to call a lane violation as number 23 stepped inside, Megan Finger. Grace Harbor will inbound it. Tokovic almost got away with it, or almost traveled there as she picked up the ball and had to throw it to her teammate. Luckily, she's aware. Now Cox drives to the lane, throws up a wild shot, no good. DeVore saves the board, and good dribbling by DeVore there to save her dribble and set up the offense for the Trailblazers. Now DeVore dribble handoff to Miranda McDonald. Miranda McDonald for 3, air ball, no good. Rebound Narlowski. Narlowski in there just corralling every single rebound and picks up another foul. That'll be the 6th foul on the Lady Chokers this half. So with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left to go, Narlowski will be at the line shooting 2. And this one with a nice touch on her free throw there. Rolls around the rim and in. So now Centralia with a 32-point lead pushes up to 33 points, 77-44. Trailblazers lead over the Lady Chokers with 4 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Chokovic passes it into number 23. Number 23 turns it over, looking inside to her post. Great defense by Centralia playing in the passing lanes as they've done all evening. Good spin move by DeVore, but is unable to get anywhere with it and passes it to Finger. Finger over to McDonald. McDonald over to G. G dribbles it to Narlowski, or passes it to Narlowski. Narlowski kicks it out to McDonald out in the corner. Actually, Megan Finger for the 3-point shot from the left wing. So now 33, Grace Harbor passes it to number 23, and then 40 puts up a shot, no good. Fight for the basketball underneath Grace Harbor's hoop there, and Grace Harbor comes out with no points, and Centralia comes out with possession of the basketball. 36-point ball game as Centralia leads 80-44. With only 3 minutes left to go here, and we have some new players checking in the ball game for Centralia. It's going to be McIntyre is one of them. Grace Harbor setting up the offense. Cox dribbles to the lane, puts a shot up and in, and it's good. So shot, good floater there by Cox from about 4 feet out. 21, Miranda McDonald dribbles and passes it to McIntyre. McIntyre dribbles to the lane, puts it up with the right hand on the right side of the basket. Good shot by McIntyre there. giving the team 82 points with 2 minutes and 24 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Chokovich with the basketball now for the Lady Chokers. Dribble handoff to number 33, Russell, who is blocked, but they're going to call a foul. They're going to say there was some body on that as they both went up. And Bianca Russell of the Lady Chokers will be at the line shooting 2 shots. Bianca Russell, she's a sophomore forward out of Salem, Oregon. First shot's up and in. And that foul call is going to be called on number 23, Megan Finger. That's going to be her second foul of the ball game for her. And the second free throw is good, so it's now 82-48 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. DeVore bringing up the ball now for Centralia. DeVore passes it to Lauren Fisher. Fisher pump fake, goes in the lane, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, Finger. Finger gives it to Fisher. Fisher gives it to DeVore to set up the offense. She sets up a 3 and she'll put it up and it's no good. And ball bounces out of bounds. Possession goes to Chokers. 1 minute, 50 seconds left now in the ball game. Centralia's pretty much got it all but one here as their lead 82-48. But Chokers have possession of the ball. Chokovich up top being guarded by McIntyre. She dribbles through the lane and draws the foul with 1 minute, 37 seconds left. It's going to be the third foul called on Megan Finger. Okay.
Okay.
So both shots are good by Chokovich there. And Centralia down at their end setting up the offense. Miranda McDonald passes it to her cutter, but on the other end of the court there's going to be a foul called away from the ball on Megan Finger. Her fourth foul now. Third foul in about a minute on Megan Finger. And so there's 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Centralia leads 82-50. Chokovich passes it to Main Man. Main Man back to Chokovich, sets a screen for her, but she goes the opposite side of the screen. Steal, though, by Miranda McDonald. Miranda McDonald gives it to DeVore to set up the offense for her team. 1 minute left to go. Might be one of the last few possessions of the ball game here for Centralia. Play is called, and Molly McIntyre, before she falls out of bounds, just throws the ball out of bounds and leaves that'll be a turnover there by the Lady Trailblazers. So less than a minute here in the ball game. 54 seconds left to go. Centralia with the 82-50 lead. And Chokovich with the ball now for the Lady Chokers. Molly Cox dribbles to the left hand through the lane, puts it up with the right hand up and in. And that's a perfect shot by with Emily Cox, who's having a big game for the Lady Chokers. And Centralia's down at the other end here. Miranda McDonald passes it to DeVore. DeVore down low to Fisher. Fisher pump fakes, dribble, step through move, puts it up with her left hand off the backboard, no good. And rebound goes to the Chokers. Emily Cox now with 16 seconds left on the clock, probably be the last play of the game. Well, they might just put up a shot, yeah, and they do. And Lauren Fisher blocks it, no good. So great denial there by Lauren Fisher. With now 4 seconds left to go, they're just going to run off the clock and dribble it out here. And so that's going to be our final score, 82-52. Lady Trailblazers beat the Lady Chokers of Grace Harbor. Magnificent performance there by Centralia. And that's going to be your final score, once again, 82-52. And we'll be back here with the men's game in about 20 minutes. So we'll see you then. All right.